Jays Network. Lee Waldron joined by Jim Paulus here at Joel H. Weens Stadium. Jim, how are you tonight?
I'm great. Finally, here we are, almost in the end of September, and we finally get our first home game. So it's good to finally be here. Perfect football weather here in Hillsboro today. Yeah,
the Menno Bowl, the 51st Menno Bowl here. Excited to see the Blue Jays at home. We got a nice crowd. They're still trickling in, and just there's a great energy here today in Hillsboro.
Yep, had a tailgate here for the students out in the parking lot, and they've been hanging out, eating, and playing some games, getting ready for the game. And yeah, it's great.
We've got a lot of new things. We've got a brand new broadcast to debut. We got some wonderful technology for our fans that are watching all over the country. Replay system, just a lot of neat things that we're going to throw at you guys today. So stay tuned. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, it's been fun playing around with it this week, and so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, important game here for the Blue Jays early on in their schedule.
We're in a bit here. We'll get into our starting lineups and all that. We've got a short video we'll cut you to, and we're about just under 12 minutes until kickoff. So grab your soda, bag of chips, and make sure you tune in. It's going to be a Blue Jay football here in about 10 minutes. We'll catch you in just a bit.
Standing up. But Patterson just did. Tabor College in the house.
And welcome back to the Blue Jay Network. Lee Waldron joined by Jim Paulus, giving you your broadcast tonight. Kickoff just minutes away. We're joined by the two competitive teams, the Bethel Threshers and the Tabor Blue Jays, just about ready to kick off, Jim. I can feel the crowd's ready now. We got officials coming in. We're getting close to kickoff.
Yep, players are coming onto the field, and Lee, sometimes early in the season it's always tough to know kind of what to expect as young teams are trying to find themselves. And I think that's part of what's going to happen tonight. Know a little bit about these teams that they've each played a few games, but still a lot to be said about both of them in their season journey.
Blue Jays take the field now with the spirited energy led by the cheer team. Big crowd, and Jim, let's just take a look here and talk a little bit about this matchup. Obviously, this is the 51st matchup between the two teams, so historic Menno Bowl, as we call it. So both teams in one of those rivalries where the teams put all the records behind, and they kind of go at each other with the best effort they can. Bethel comes in with an 0-3 record to the Blue Jays 1-1. What do we know about the Threshers, Jim?
Yeah, well, even though they're 0-3, they had they opened up the season with the loss against Ottawa that was 42-12. But then the last couple of weeks, I think you're seeing a team that's finding themselves. They lost at Bethany just by 3 points, 31-28, and then last week against Avila, which is a team that's been showing up on the top 25 receiving votes. They had the ball late and had an opportunity to win that game, but they fell 35-29. And so, I think this is a team that's it's a scary team in the sense that it seems like they're getting better week to week. They have a lot of experience on the offensive line. You see that. I think they have 5 returning starters that are on their squad from the offensive line. And so this will be a test for our defense. The Blue Jays defense is what's been kind of carrying us this first few weeks of the season, and this offensive line of the Threshers is going to be a test for sure.
Yeah, just looking at the yardage they're putting up, close to 400 yards, so over 400 Bethel's putting up, and a lot of that's coming on the ground with over 280 yards on the ground and 120 passing. So, and Esau, and we'll talk about him as we get going. He's a veteran quarterback. He's been taking snaps before. He's leading the way again, and as we see the captains coming out to receive the coin toss. But Bethel's going to give a lot of they're going to give us a test tonight. And Tabor's a team that's still looking to find their own shape as well. Yeah,
when you mentioned the 283 yards rushing for the Threshers, not only leads the conference, but that is 6th nationally. So our ability to stop their run is going to be pretty important tonight, and we'll have to see the new Schaefer and some of those other guys, the linebackers, really step up here for the Blue Jays to control that line and prevent that run game.
Yeah, you're definitely looking at the Blue Jay linebacking core and their front 7 that's really going to have to take care of business tonight and get good penetration. As we see Tabor declines, so
they are going to defer. Bethel will receive. And then the Blue Jays come in 1-1. They had a tough opening week loss at St. Mary's, 13-10. But were able to get on the winning side last week at Friends, where they're able to win that 28-7. And Lee, we've talked about the defense, but this is also a team that's searching as quickly as they can to find some identity on the offensive side. A lot of new people, new quarterback, a lot of new guys on the offensive line, and it'll be interesting to see who they are this week compared to last week.
Yeah, you got Coach, new coordinator, Coach Hyman, and we see our starters on defense today. You got sophomore Tanner Hettenbaugh and Paulo Ta'a, your 2 D tackles. Keelan Ellison and Ben Scott will be on the edge, and led by linebacker Caleb Newshafer, who all-conference honorable mention last year.
Yep.
Andre Lazar will round out the outside backer, and then you have a new secondary, a couple new pieces. Raymond Peralt and Angel Silva will be your corners, and Nate Beatty will play your straight safety, and then Melvin Williams will be playing linebacker tonight.
All right, and we have Austin Smith out there. He'll be kicking off. Brad Kistner, another really important linebacker for the Blue Jays.
Yep, he was the lone all-conference linebacker last year. That defense will be anchored by him. Very smart player, puts him in position and just gets in on all the plays. He really knows how to sniff it out. But to this offense on the Jays, we'll talk more throughout the evening, but it's still to be determined. I mean, from your brand new offensive coordinator coming in to O-line, they're figuring out the pieces there. They're young, and then obviously even skill position players. It's tonight I'm excited to see what the Blue Jays have and to see who's going to show out here at the home game.
So Austin Smith, the sophomore kicker for the Blue Jays, gets us going here. Kick for right to left. And Bethel's Havoc coming up across the 20 on the right side here and take it down. Let's see here by number 16.
Gabriel Erickson, freshman linebacker from Milpitas, California.
Lee and I have some new numbers to memorize here, especially the special teams players, huh? So we have, again, Esau comes out for the Threshers. He is a sophomore from Heston, Kansas, just down the road from both Hillsboro and Newton. We saw a lot of him last year.
Blue Jays come out showing a 5-2 look. Newshafer on the line on the far left there.
Esau with just a fullback behind him, and looks like we have a delay of game to start off the game. That's not how you want to start off on offense.
So Newshafer, who's been used to playing 4 yards back, is already on the line. So the Blue Jays coming out with a stout 5-2 look, most likely to cause this flex bone kind of Georgia Tech style offense that Bethel run, to give them some fits as far as what holes and gaps they have to block.
And there's running right off the bat, nice. See who got that, number 55 with the tackle.
Keelan Ellison, D lineman there, with making a great play.
So that'll bring up, it's like right at the maybe 2nd and 16. Threshers also have a returning player, Gary Jolivet, at the wide receiver position, who's a person who comes back with a lot of good stats, and he's does a lot for them. Punt return, kick return.
Option there. Esau pitches it. Number 14
nice.
Cuts it up.
Nice coverage there by the Blue Jay defense.
Melvin Williams, first man on the scene there. Linebacker number 7.
Yeah, the starting lineup has him at safety, but I think you're going to see him well in the box all evening. That brings up a 3rd and long here for the Threshers.
Yeah, Melvin is a very athletic. He can play on the line. He can play linebacker, so it's good to see that, again, those are kind of pieces Gardner likes to use, variables that can interchange. You'll see him probably blitzing a little bit here. You got showing a 4-3 now, but here comes Newshafer walking up. It looks like the Blue Jays are going to bring somebody. 3rd and long for the Threshers.
Esau steps back, and Newshafer untouched is able, and the ball's loose.
Pops
fumble.
Out.
It is recovered by the Threshers, but it's all the way to the 5-yard line.
Caleb Newshafer coming off the edge, untouched.
Yeah, that's a missed assignment, and he was there for a while at the line. They just didn't pick him up.
Just a beautiful play by the senior linebacker.
So the Threshers here will bring their punter out. Punting for the Threshers is a freshman from Sedgwick, Kansas, Braden Francis. And he will be just inside the back of the end zone, so hopefully it looks like the Blue Jays will have good field position.
This is about as good as it can get for a start. 3
Yes.
plays, huge negative yardage for the Threshers, and now they're forced to punt back in their own end zone. Nate Beatty is standing on the 45-yard line, and the punt is going to be a short one. Going to take one hop, and he's going to pick it up about the 46.
Flag's out. Let's see. I don't know if
he gets by. He's got one man to beat. Spinning move. He's going to stay on his feet, and that's a touchdown, Nate Beatty.
Let's check this flag here. I don't know if that's men on the field or.
That's a great, I saw him throw the bag, but then you see the flag about the 48-yard line. Unless they're going to call something on the gunner, I didn't see anything, and that's kind of tough. It was just a one hop to him. So
let's see here.
As it stands, though, we have a punt return for a touchdown by Nate Beatty, sophomore out of Louisville, Texas.
I do see them counting again. Maybe they're recounting. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Keep trying to communicate if they had too many guys on the field, possibly.
Let's see what the call is here.
Still waiting on the white hat.
Oh, unfortunate there.
Illegal substitution, and Gardner's asking for clarification. So I didn't see it. I know there was a little miscommunication by the corner trying to get feedback from the coaching staff if he was supposed to be in tight, but I didn't see that. I wasn't counting 12 guys, but obviously the fireworks will have to wait as Nate Beatty has a punt return for a touchdown called back, and you'll move the ball up 5 yards, and we'll try it again.
So still a long 4th and over 20. Punter is Francis is still in the end zone, and Beatty's just around the 50. Oh, not a very good kick. We'll see how it bounces
Line
up.
drive. Nate
Beatty gets it again. Gets around the corner, and he's taken down. So 45-yard difference there, huh?
It's about where he started to field the ball the first time they kicked it, and there is a flag down at about the 13-yard line.
Let's see if we get to see our 3rd punt of the day already. So still no.
So a complete swing of things as the Blue Jays thought they had a 3-and-out with the forced fumble and then a punt return for a touchdown, but turns out to be a holding penalty that will negate the 0 gain on the return and pushes them back behind, starting on the other side now. So they'll start from their 45-yard line.
So we'll get first look here at this young Blue Jay offensive unit. We do have the big man coming back is Dravion Cooper, the all-conference returner at running back. But behind the center, Trey McGee, freshman.
Quarterback, yep. Hands it off.
Cooper, nice move.
Cuts it up north to south. Wow.
That's a nice start there. Cooper is a senior from Cold Springs, Texas.
Excited about this tandem backfield we got between Josh Johnson and Dravion. So Dravion's a guy we know. Actually a guy led the conference in rushing yards, touchdowns last year, and then doesn't get a single vote for a preseason all-conference team.
Wow.
And so he has a lot to prove. Very quiet kid, runs hard, puts his foot down and goes north and south.
So he's with McGee again. Takes the run off to the right side, trying to get around the edge. Cuts back up and gets about 4 yards, and we'll have 2nd and 6.
Really explosive. He's one of those guys, as soon as he puts his foot in the dirt, he just picks up positive yards, doesn't dance a whole lot, and loves to get outside of that corner. So far, Trey McGee, 2 handoffs.
And we'll be talking about this young offensive line, couple freshmen that start. We do have Mitch Gums at the center position. He's a senior who has some experience, but other than that, a lot of young guys along that line.
Pitches over to Johnson.
Johnson trying to get around. Good. Nice tackle there. Get a number there, number 56 for the Threshers.
Good pursuit there.
He will be tackled for a loss, brings up 3rd and long.
Really, really well played by the defensive lineman.
That pushes the Blue Jays back a bit, and it'll be just about 3rd and 11.
Curtis Bent with that play, senior out of Wichita. Butler transferred from Butler Community College, making that play, so 1-yard loss. Again, welcome to the Blue Jay Network. Those of you tuning in, excited to have a excellent broadcast for our fans all over the country, and Blue Jays facing a 3rd and 11.
Little pitch off to, doesn't get anywhere, to Josh Johnson, and so
brings up 4th down. Again, 56 Bent in on that play.
That'll bring out Sean McComas, who was able to get the KCAC Player of the Week for special teams last week. Played a big role in that win at Friends. He's a junior from California.
It's a position Gardner is very particular about. Loves to have special teams players that he can count on, especially a punter that he changes the game in his mind. He can pin the team back, put them inside their own 20, and really helps the defense and controls the game when you can do that.
So a little kickoff to the right side. Let's see how that bounces, and it's going to go out just up probably on the 11 or 12, I'm guessing. No, they're going to give him right to the 10-yard line. So
that's exactly he did his job. That's if you can ask the team to start back on their 10 every single time, you're gonna earn your kudos from your head coach, who's a 3-time All-American kicker.
So if you haven't caught the first 2 games of the Blue Jays, what you've just seen here in this first 5 minutes has basically been the story, right? Our defense has done really well, and offense has just shown flashes but hasn't been consistent yet. So let's see if they can find some more consistency here as this game rolls on. 1st and 10 Threshers, right at their 10-yard line.
Man in motion. Esau looks to hand it off.
Ball's down on the ground. I think Esau got on top of it. So maybe a yard or 2. Let's see where they spot that. Yep, 2 yards. 2nd and 8 here for the Threshers.
Again, this offense is one that's you're gonna have to play very disciplined football. You're gonna have to play your gap. Defensive line, linebackers are gonna fight in their fits and make sure they play their assignment, because one bust and then all of a sudden you can get a lot of yardage.
Tight formation here for the Threshers. Pitch out to the left. Good penetration by the Blue Jays.
Melvin Williams again flying to the ball untouched, and so when you're not able to get to the second level and you're letting the linebackers fly full go, it's going to be a tough night for any running back, because he made one guy miss and the other guy was right there to make that tackle.
That pitch was to Cameron Harrison, who's a sophomore from Austin, Texas. And that'll bring up third right around 10. So the 2 yards they gained, they lost it again. Esau getting instructions from the sideline. Let's see if the Blue Jay defense get another stop here and get a deep punt as they did on that first drive.
New Schaefer showing a rush on the bottom of the left here. We're going to pitch it, run an option to the left.
Trying to make some people miss, but ball's loose again. There is a fumble. I think the Threshers got it.
That was up for grabs there. I thought Melvin Williams was going to bring that in for the Jays, but
is that 2 or 3?
The ball is bouncing the Threshers' way so far.
Yeah.
That's 2 fumbles for sure. The one that we forced on the strip with the first sack, and then that play there, and then there was a quick one earlier. So 3 fumbles so far. Tabor 2 3 and out. So the defense is holding down. Very impressed with the penetration.
So Francis again out to punt. He's towards the goal line, just inside his own end zone. Nate Beatty at the 50 again. And I think may have had too many men.
There's 12
again.
guys on the field for the Blue Jays.
Too many again?
Yep, I can count them right now. There's 12. Here comes. So makes sense that maybe there's some miscommunication about who's on what now, because that's back-to-back now on punt returns where the Blue Jays have not had the correct amount of guys. So luckily that's not enough for a first down.
I imagine they'll still punt here, even though it's just 4th and 1 as they're deep in their territory. That pushes Beatty back into Blue Jay territory, waiting for that punt.
Blue Jays playing it with a little bit of a safe look now. You've got Kistner, New Schaefer, and Melvin Williams still there, spying out any kind of fake, which I don't think we'll see.
Francis gets it away. It's another low kick, but a nice bounce for the Threshers, and that'll rest around the 44-yard line of the Blue Jays, and they'll get their second shot here on offense. 7:38 left. Still no score here in the Minnow Bowl.
Yeah, we saw the first 2 plays there from the Blue Jay offense look pretty good. He had reminded me a lot of what we've used to seeing. Dravion Cooper, very explosive and getting to the second level, and one block away from scoring a touchdown. Next thing you know, they're punting the ball. So hopefully we'll see a more consistent drive here.
Yeah, towards the defensive line of the Threshers able to get deep into. What is this? Do we have another penalty?
I didn't see.
Yeah, another 10 yards, so now they're at the 34. Coach Gardner not happy. Trying to get some clarity about what's going on here.
2 wing backs with the shotgun with one. With Cooper in the backfield, he gets a handoff, goes to the right.
See if he can get around that corner. He does, and he's gone. Cooper all the way, no flags on the field, and he's going to go all the way in for the touchdown.
Ooh.
65 yards.
And he made that look easy.
Oh, man. That tight formation, I saw him get around that corner, and he's gone.
Wow, that was a great football play. Here's a replay. Cooper gets to the right side. 1 block there. 21 gets his man outside. Great block. Cooper does his best, stays inside the line, and he is gone.
Wow.
Poetry in motion there, Jim. That was a beautiful
nice.
run.
Austin Smith out for the PAT. Kick is up and good.
So Josh Johnson and Chris Espinoza were on the wings there. So you kind of had a shotgun with 1 back. Then you had your 2, the fullback, and then Johnson, who's a running back. He leads the way up on that play and makes a great kick-out block on that man. And, there was nothing but the Red Sea party for Cooper.
Great. So with 7:25, Blue Jays on the board, up 7-0.
Big plays.
Yep.
So that's 2 touchdowns the Blue Jays have had, 1 that will count. They had a punt return called back to start the game, and now Cooper takes off for 60. That's probably his longest touchdown of the season so far. Nice to see him get going, as we're used to seeing those big gashes out of his run game there. So great job for the offense of the Blue Jays.
We'll try to keep you up with some KCAC scores here shortly, but we will say that the couple of the wins here for soccer today.
Yep.
The men in overtime, exciting game. Able to knock in a header there
with a minute to go.
So overtime, so big win for the men, and then the women also with the W. So it's a nice day to be a Blue Jay, huh?
Yeah, women so far undefeated to start the year in conference, and guys are 2-0-1. Olivet takes the ball, gets to about the 27-yard line. Blue Jays wrap him up. Parade of Jays there making that tackle. Led by number 27, Devon.
So Esau and his Thresher offense coming back onto the field. See, they have not been able to move the ball very much at all here. This is their 3rd drive.
Yeah, they're making a conscious effort to get Joe Levet going, the senior running back out of Texas. He's been their spark plug, and they're really making a focus to get him the ball and also incorporating that dive. But the Blue Jays have been all over it so far.
Again, Blue Jays putting a bunch of guys on the line. Ball's, is that loose? I don't know if it's loose or just Esau went down quickly, and so.
Just unbelievable penetration so far for the Jays. They are not having a problem getting in the backfield.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Tackle made by Tanner Hedenbach. 2nd down and 13.
Yeah, Tanner Hedenbach from Chapman, Kansas.
Oh, I thought
it's a
some
false
movement.
start, but they didn't call, no flag. It's like Newshafer was held there, late flag, so I think we will get a holding call on the Threshers.
Yeah, Newshafer did get held there, so that'll push back the Threshers. Be 2nd and 22.
And those penalties just change your whole offensive scheme.
Yeah.
Newshafer, though, disrupting the offense of the Threshers by drawing that hold, which pins them back 10 yards and forces a 2nd and long.
This is the Blue Jay defense is obviously showing some things that the Threshers weren't ready for. So they will replay 2nd down. What is that, 2nd and 22?
So Peralt, Silva, Nate Beatty, and Jameer Holland is your secondary for the Jays. Esau looks to turn it up in the B gap, gets about 4 yards, 3 yards.
That'll bring up 3rd and long.
Number 7, Melvin Williams.
So Esau, 6-foot sophomore out of Heston, Kansas, was a swather, strong high school program, and now running the option for Coach Harrison, who coached at Wichita Heights.
First year with the Threshers. Just saw 92 Ethan Straw checking in for the Blue Jays.
Esau fakes the pitch. He's going to get back and he's going to throw it. It's caught, but great tackle there by Angel Silva.
Caught by number 8, Tanner Gallert, sophomore from Larned, Kansas, transfer from Garden City. So that'll bring up 4th down. 4th and looks like 8. Francis will come back out for the Threshers for his 3rd punt. 5:26 left, 5:25 here left here in the first quarter. Got another replay here, pass out to the left flat. He said nice tackle by Silva to make sure that the thing stopped right there. Beatty set up just inside just above right around 35.
It's a better punt. Beatty's
looking to get some room on the left side, and he's taken down quickly. Nice coverage there by the Threshers.
Good special teams play.
And that'll bring the Blue Jay offense back out onto the field.
Peyton Coons making that hit for the
I think the best thing about that play for the Blue Jays is we didn't get a penalty on a punt return.
There you go. Progress.
Yes.
That's what.
We had the right number of guys, and no one substituted illegally, and we're able to actually get this on one punt.
So, Phil, that'll be a good clip.
That's right.
Coach won't have much to say there.
So 1st and 10 Blue Jays. right at the 28-yard line, 29-yard line. Cooper in right behind us. We have Michael McPeak in.
Cooper on the carry.
Yeah, these quarterbacks have been switching out.
Tell us a little bit about Michael there, Lee.
Sophomore, 6'3", from Aurora, Colorado. Kind of got a taller frame, likes to sling it. Both these guys can throw. I consider Trey a little more mobile. No offense to Michael, but they kind of complement each other. One prefers to get outside the pocket, where Michael here is very much
Cooper on the carry.
Cooper
likes
to the
to
right
throw.
again. Good coverage there by the Threshers. No yardage. Yeah, Michael's had some good throws so far this year.
Short game.
So Coach Hyman and leading the Blue Jay offense, Coach Gardner obviously communicating this decision. They're switching out their quarterbacks. Wouldn't call them a dual quarterback system, just trying to figure out who's the best person to lead the offense. But if you end up having to, we've seen that happen plenty of times.
Yeah.
We had that a couple years ago for the Jays. It worked out really well. Michael backs up the pass. He's going to throw it deep. Josh Johnson makes the catch.
Nice catch by Josh to get all the way into the Thresher territory.
Charles Johnson.
It was about a 30-yard pass.
So Johnson shows his dual threat ability here. He's on the wing, and he's just going to take up and run a seam. McPeak throws a beautiful ball. Underthrows him a little bit. If he airs that out a little more, that might be a touchdown.
Nice adjustment by Josh to come back and get that. But you're right, just no one around him there. So 1st and 10 Blue Jays, 29-yard line of the Threshers. Josh gets it now on the roll. Slips up a little bit, but not after got 7 yards there. So 2nd and 3.
Jalen Randall in on the stop.
Josh Johnson, he's a 6', 190 junior out of Fontana, California. First-year guy to the program. Has proven to be very valuable to the Blue Jay offense. One that Coach Hyman and Gardner have not had a problem throwing him in there to complement Dravion Cooper. Johnson up the middle again.
Johnson on the carry.
Looks to just be past the first down marker.
Yep, that'll be 1st and 10 Blue Jays at the 14.
Number 21.
Nice, seen some nice offense here from the Blue Jays.
That gain is enough for another Blue Jay.
This is exciting, Lee, to see this offense starting to come together a little bit.
Absolutely. It's a little different system than we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing kind of a triple option look, and here's Cooper to the right.
Cut back up. It's tough to bring down. He's able to even. He got about 3 or 4 yards after contact there. That'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Brings up 2nd down and 6.
Like we said, beautiful evening here in Hillsboro. Just a great fall day. Fall kind of showed up a couple days ago. Good crowd.
Pitches to Johnson.
Johnson cuts up. Not quite to the marker. That'll bring up 3rd and short.
Made by number 44,
Got to the 8-yard line. So big 3rd down here for the Blue Jays as they're in the red zone. 3rd and 2 or 3. Let's see what coaches draw up here. Cooper's going to stay in. McPeak gives some instructions. Play clock just about at 10. Hand off to Cooper. Cooper cuts up. Looks like he's going to be a little bit short.
Probably about a yard short. Depends how generous of a spot they give.
So 4th down. Let's see. I think Gardner's going to send out Austin Smith for the 3 points.
No sense not taking advantage of a weapon you have, which is a solid kicker that's well within his range.
Absolutely.
I know the players on the offense probably a little disappointed, but this is college football, not the video games. You take what you have. Whenever you got points, you don't leave them on the field.
This will put the Blue Jays up a couple scores.
Beautiful angle as it's kicking into the Blue Jay suite. Kick is up.
25-yarder.
It's good.
Is good. And so with just 56 seconds left here in the first quarter, Blue Jays 10, Threshers 0.
56 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Your Blue Jays lead 10-0.
All right, we're back here. Just under a minute here in the first quarter. Blue Jays up 10-0. Austin Smith kicks it back towards the Threshers. Nice kick deep. Threshers grab it at the 5-yard line.
Joel
Nice.
Levette makes a cut.
And that takes them all the way up just around the 25-yard line.
Good hit there by number 27, Caleb Devine. Junior defensive back from Pasadena City College.
So Threshers still, am I right that they're still looking for their first down?
Correct.
So yeah, Blue Jay defense has been very, very strong here this evening. See if they can keep that up. See if they make an adjustment to this 5-man line the Blue Jays have shown.
Esau gives the dive, pulls it back.
Nice rush there by Esau, gets 6 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Much like the Blue Jays a couple years back when they were still figuring it out, this offense is designed to keep you in games, to extend the clock out, to you put together 7-8 minute drives. That helps your defense, but when you get stuffed and you're 3 and out, and it's not a good offense to come back in games. So if you see this Bethel Thresher team get down by 3 or 4 scores, it's going to play right into the favor of Gardner, because I don't think they have practice too much about how to go 4 or 5 wide. The ball's on the ground there.
Again. Man, that's another one the Threshers were able to keep. But that will lose some yards, and that'll be 3rd and 9.
Coach Harrison is not going to be happy about that. Pitch, Esau pitches it out to number 5. Fumbles that ball, and luckily they were able to retain it.
Looks like we have a timeout on the field. I think the Threshers are taking a timeout, and we will as well. 10-0 Blue Jays here. Oh, that's the end of the quarter, I should say. And so, yeah, we're going to take a short break. 10-0 Blue Jays. We'll come back here for the second quarter.
Your Tabor College Blue Jays lead Bethel by a score of 10-0. Joining us today as special guests are members of the Hillsborough Chamber of Commerce. They are seated in the center section and in the Blue Jay suite. We want to recognize them and thank them for their continued work in promoting, attracting, and retaining business in Hillsborough and Marion counties. Thank you, members of Hillsborough Chamber.
All right, 3rd and long, just in 10 yards, about 9.5 yards. Esau keeps it, but he is wrapped up right at the line.
Esau is met by Melvin Williams.
Takes the ball
A little too
with
late.
the loss. So Melvin Williams showing out big time so far at the middle backer position. He has pretty much been unblockable. And it helps when your D-line penetrates right off the snap as well. So the linebackers are just flourishing. And we'll see the 4th punt of the evening for the Threshers.
Look at this score, Lee, at Ottawa. No, it's at Kansas Wesleyan. Wesleyan on top of Ottawa in the 3rd quarter, 69-24.
Wow, they have put up some pretty impressive numbers this year.
Kansas Wesleyan put up a lot of points. Francis again, low line drive. Need to get out of the way.
Blue Jays get on it. If they had not, it was a live football, so the Jays will take over at their 42-yard line. First down.
That's going to be something to have to keep an eye on. That Francis' kicks, many of them have been those low line drives, and that could easily hit a Blue Jay in the back.
Brings up first down and 10 for the Blue Jays.
So Michael McPeak again comes out to lead the Blue Jays on this 4th drive with the 10-point lead and really good field position. Blue Jays still in their territory, but already at the 42.
So far, we've seen a lot of run game, which eventually that's going to open up the pass if they want to run a little play action. Blue Jays do have 4 wide currently, 1 back.
McPeak drops back, looks like, yeah, overthrows.
McPeak's pass
CJ Tate, the intended receiver, sophomore, out of Texas.
Incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 10.
CJ is a player that got a lot of playing time last year as a freshman.
So 10-0, Blue Jays lead, 14 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
Some of the other wide receivers are Blake Burnett, a junior from Ventura, California. Ryan Stearns, a junior from Olathe.
Cooper takes the handoff. He'll be met for about a 1-yard gain.
So that'll be, looks like we got 3rd and 8. Let's see what the Blue Jays can draw up here. Try to keep this drive alive. A couple other scores in the conference. Sterling on top of Friends right now at the end of the 3rd quarter, 23-13.
Trips open for the Jays.
We have penalties. Looks like we had some movement on the offensive line, I'm guessing.
False start. Number 60 offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So that's Roy Scott. A little movement, so that'll push the Blue Jays back 5 more.
That brings up
so
3rd and 13 for the Blue Jays.
So again, they go with the 2 wides on each side. Looks like Cooper with McPeak. Some confusion here.
Derek Harper and Ryan Stearns, the other receivers.
McPeak rolls a little bit to the right.
Gets flushed out, has to throw it away.
McPeak's pass.
And that'll bring out the punting unit. Comas comes out.
4th down and 13.
So he should have a chance to let one go now, as he'll be punting from about the 30-yard line. 25, actually.
Yeah, his first punt was nicely angled into the corner. Receiving over for the
Joe Levette.
Joe Levette, like I said, he does a little bit of everything has a lot of all-purpose yards for the Threshers. Joe Levette, a senior from Arlington, Texas. Comas, nice high kick.
Good kick.
Hangs up there. Joe Levette gets it around the 20. Makes a couple moves, moves it about 6-7 yards.
Good job there by number 28, Brad Kistner, making the special teams play.
So the defense comes back out on the field. 10-0, 12:50 here in the first half. Another score in the conference. Southwestern on top of Bethany, 42-7.
And you mentioned that Avila scored, didn't you?
I haven't got the Avila. What's that? Avila's on top, 54.
67-28.
Wow, over St. Mary's. Whew.
Welcome to the KCAC.
Well, again, Bethel was with Avila all the way last week.
Handoff there up the middle. Fullback takes it for about a 3-yard gain.
Brandon Starlin Driver with the carry.
Starling Driver on the carry.
He's a junior from Winfield, Kansas.
Starlin Driver.
Able to actually fall forward for 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. Plays coming in from the sideline. Threshers are ready to go here. Again, another run up the middle. Met by some Blue Jays right at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd and 5. Looks like the Blue Jays are going a couple drives at a time because it looks like McGee is getting loose for the next offensive series.
That was Shantez Scurry with that carry.
3rd and 5 here for the Threshers. Still looking for their first down of the game.
Blue Jays send a late blitz.
Esau hit right as he throws it, and that is a nice catch. Flags on the play.
Tanner Galliard, sophomore from Larned, Kansas.
That's his 2nd reception for the game.
Blue Jays do get pressure, but Esau throws it up. And
so first down for the Threshers, and they're in the Blue Jay territory. Nice throw by Esau.
Would have been holding on Silva had he not made that catch, but they'll take the play. So the first big play for the Thresher offense of the night.
Great catch. So they're moving towards the red zone, trying to cut into this 10-0 Blue Jay lead.
Would assume that Galliard had a connection to A.B. Stokes, who was the head coach at Larned High School for the last 4 or 5 years. Sterling grad. A lot of the staff on the Bethel side is from Sterling.
Esau throws. Oh, could have been picked. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a deep out. Peralt jumped it, had a chance just out of his reach.
And looking at the 2 deep for the Threshers, I see a lot of freshmen from the Wichita area. I wonder if you're going to start continuing to see more in that with Coach Harrison coming over from that area. Well, 2nd and 10. Blue Jays shift in some fresh bodies along the defensive line.
Ben Scott in there. Keelan Ellison.
They drop some guys back now. Run up to middle. Oh, nice tackle.
Great play.
James Scurry on the carry.
Ben Scott with a big hit on the freshman.
Nice. So that'll bring up 3rd and long again, 3rd and 7.
Shantez Scurry will fill that one tomorrow. That was a great play by Ben Scott.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, last couple plays you've seen the Blue Jays pull off that 5-man line.
6'2", 265 senior at Lawton, Oklahoma, making a great hit on that dive.
Looks like they have 4 down now.
The white
Esau drops back. Lots of pressure again, and he throws high. That'll bring up 4th down. See if this is in this area where sometimes people go for it.
Wouldn't be surprised if the Threshers do go for it here. Worst case, they turn it over, and the Blue Jays their offense hasn't been chunking them, so they might give it a shot here. They need some momentum. 10 minutes here, down by 10.
Yeah, punt probably only gets you 15, 20 yards of field position. Might as well go for it here, which is what the Threshers are going to do. 2 wide out for Esau.
Fakes the dive. He's going to run the option to the left. He cuts it up.
Got some
man
room
to beat.
Esau right up the middle, all the way across, and touchdown.
Wow, impressive running by that quarterback.
Nice. That was a nice move right up the middle. See if we catch this again.
Coach Harrison will enjoy that. That's about how you want to run the option. You fake the dive and then read your man and then cut it up. Esau does this. That carries it out over pursuit by Melvin Williams and the safety Jameer Holland. So both the linebacker and the safety over pursue. Esau just turns it up and takes it to the house. So big touchdown for the Threshers. 6-10. PAT coming from number 33.
Francis, who also does the punting, also does the place kicking. His kick is up. And it is good. And so with about 10:24 left in this 2nd quarter, Threshers cut into the Blue Jay lead. Blue Jays on top, 10-7. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back.
10-7. Kicking for Bethel, number 33, Braden Francis. Back deep for the Blue Jays, number 35, Derek Harper, and number 31, Dravion Cooper.
All right, we're back here. Francis with the kickoff. Rolls up, picked up around the 5.
Cooper on the return.
Cooper looking to get a couple people to miss. Gets it across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
To the
Blue Jays.
line.
Well, a lot of extracurricular. I wonder if we're going to start seeing the referees try to clean this up. Both sides get a little chippy out there. I've seen a few things here and there.
It's a lot of pushing and shoving for pacifists, right?
That's right.
This is the Mental Bowl, guys.
Come on.
I thought we sat them all down and watched the videos
That's
before
right.
and remind them that there'll be no aggressive contact.
Especially after the whistle.
So this is just a historic game, always a big deal. These programs have very similar missions and a lot of good heritage, a lot of families that connected to each other. So there's a lot of probably, small wagers here, right? Lunch.
That's right.
A lot of lunch on the table bets for this game. Josh gets outside.
Nice. Not going to be able to keep his feet, but got 6-7 yards.
Number 39, Colton Lumpkins.
The Blue Jays have won the last 8 matchups, and last year they shut out the Threshers 60-something to 0, I believe, was the final on that.
Whole new ball game, though, as the Threshers are able to get on the board. That nice drive led by Esau through the air and on the ground. Like we said, McKee's back in and under center. Not much of a gain there. That'll bring up 3rd and short, about 3rd and 3. Blue Jays on their own, looks like 36-yard line.
Junior Barrett Smith getting that dive.
Jordan Bell brings up 3rd down.
So big play here early, Lee, with the momentum a little bit on the Thresher side. 3rd and short. Like to see the Blue Jay offense stay on the field a little bit.
Absolutely, this is huge. You don't want to give it right back to the Bethel offense who's just started getting a little confidence.
McKee under center. Run up the middle, and that's going to get nowhere, and that's going to bring up 4th and short.
Barrett Smith again.
By number 22, Josh Seabolt.
And that will bring out, unfortunately, the Blue Jay punting unit.
4th and short, but you don't want to take a chance here when you're on your side of the 50.
No. Still a lot of football left.
And to punt for the Blue Jays, number 8, Sean McComas, back to receive.
So McComas again in for the punt.
3,
Nice punt, his first, or his second one actually, but his first one where he's able to air it out. See if he can do that again.
Joel Vett back to receive the kick for the Threshers.
Another high one. Pushes him back to the 20. He gets it, gets a little space, trying to get some people to miss, but nice coverage again. And that'll push the Threshers inside their own 25-yard line.
Tackle made by number 2, Angel Silva.
Angel Silva and number 42, Seth Swiderski on that play.
So Lee, on that last defensive series for the Blue Jays, you saw some different things with them on the defensive line. What do you think's going on there, and what do you see for this drive?
Yeah, so obviously the whole scheme when you're playing the option is confuse them because they're predicating their assignments off of what your defense shows, and so no doubt Coach Gardner probably wants to show a few different looks and even give guys a few different responsibilities, and the Threshers just caught the Blue Jays off guard a little bit. So here we have a 5-man line again. Quick pass out.
Oh, and dropped. Boy, he had pass out there to number 11.
It looked to me that they were catching them whenever the Blue Jays were pulling back from their 5-man line to a 4-man line. That seemed to kind of get them off a little bit, or when they would have a guy roll into his assignment too late. So you like to see if that guy knows he's supposed to be coming on the line there, that he gets in position quickly so that everybody knows that they're sound. It really, if you're sound, you can play the option really well. If one guy's off, it can make the whole defense susceptible for adverse situations.
Esau keeps it again. Cut up. That's the same play. Cut up the middle. He's got all kinds of room again. He's going to make it almost to the 50-yard line. So that first move by Esau is really well done.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of getting the defense, catching the defense in pursuit, and then cutting back against them. So using the Blue Jays' aggressiveness to their advantage by cutting back, and the Blue Jays defenders are not in position to follow up on the cutback.
So 1st and 10 Threshers as they're near the midfield.
Should be false start.
Should be false start. And that'll move the Threshers back.
And when you've got 5 guys on the line, that means you've got 2 linebackers back there. So if they don't do their job, you're counting on your secondary, a couple safeties really, because the corners they're on their islands out there making sure they have contained. So you essentially have 4 guys in the box to help make plays, and if one guy doesn't do his job, you could be in some trouble.
You get those 20-yard gains, which Esau now has a couple of those.
Blue Jays start off the game just really shutting down the option, and now they found themselves becoming a little bit open to some gashes.
Esau steps back, throws behind his receivers. He's hit right when he throws it. Ethan Straw, number 92.
Great pressure.
Senior from Grants Pass, Oregon.
Number 92, Ethan Straw.
That'll bring up 2nd and 15.
I can see why this, look at the spirited student section there. Great crowd here on our season opener for the Jays.
It's nice to see those gentlemen know how to spell. I got them right in the order.
I've seen other schools that have trouble with that, or even professional games.
2nd and 15. Blue Jays do some shifting along the line.
Kind of a true 4-3 there.
Esau this time's wrapped up pretty quickly. Just a gain of a yard or two. That'll bring up 3rd and long. Looks like 3rd and 13.
Just over 7 minutes in the second quarter left. Blue Jays ahead by 3. 3rd and 13.
Big play here for the Blue Jay defense. Like to get that ball turned over, back over to them. As we're winding down this second quarter.
Caleb Devine now in at corner here at the bottom of your screen, with Beatty and Holland in the secondary. Fake pitch, and there's no time there. Keelan Ellison with the sack.
Well, he got in there quickly. Now it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Esau was trying to fake that pitch, that quick pitch, and turn around for an option pass, but there was nothing doing there.
Yeah, great discipline there by Keelan. He didn't go for that, kept his assignment, and that'll bring up Francis to punt. Nate Beatty drops back.
Kistner approves with the pumpernickel fist pump there.
Francis gets it low, snap, nice catch. Nice punt by Francis, hangs up there. Beatty's gonna ask for a fair catch.
Fair caught by Nate Beatty at the 25.
The Blue Jays will take over on their own 25-yard line.
Well, Jim, it'll be interesting to see who's coming out for the Blue Jays at quarterback.
Will be 1st down and 10 for Tabor.
Looks like it's McKee again. I think they're doing 2 at a time.
And that might be something that they stay with for a certain period. Maybe it's a half, and they see who's playing hot, and they go with that guy, because it seemed like McPeak had the offense moving, but so did McGee that first there at the first couple drives.
Yeah, I would say our offense has just been spotty. Some really good things, and but then they stalled off and on all first half. Nice move by Cooper, trying to get out the side, cuts back in.
Great job there by Dravion Cooper.
He has a defender there at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to still add 5 yards, and that'll be 2nd and 5.
You know, a situation the Blue Jays haven't faced for the last several years is having a young O-line.
Yeah.
They've been able to rely on some older guys for the last couple of years. Ballman, some of those guys are just Robbie. They just some guys that knew what they were doing, and now they've got a bunch of young guys. Mitch Gums is your oldest guy.
Cooper on the carry.
There you saw some of that right there. As no gain on that play, maybe even a loss of a yard, and that'll be 3rd and 5.
So Matt Cloxton, he's playing left guard tonight. He's a freshman. A.J. Williams is a redshirt sophomore. Mitch Gums, he was a veteran. Roy Scott is a transfer, but he's a young guy playing guard. And then you've got Will Collier, who's a transfer from last year. This is his first varsity action this year, so just a new group.
Quick pass out to the left, and that is incomplete. And that'll bring out, I think, the punting unit again.
So 3 and out for the Blue Jay offense.
We got a nice shot of the Blue Jay suite there.
Number 4, Khalif Majid, in on coverage.
Looks like they're hosting the city officials today. Always nice to see. We got Rusty Allen, manages that booth along with Ron Braun very well. So
hopefully they're saving us some food for halftime.
You got to earn it.
Yeah. Comas, strong punt again. Nice. Pushes all the way back to the 25 and quickly wrapped up. Seeing some nice punts and nice coverage by the Blue Jays, and the Thresholds will take over. 4:33 left.
Devonta Tolles there with a great job of slowing down that return.
Number 42, Seth.
We mentioned McComas with the all-conference honors last week, or the Player of the Week honors, and boy, he's showing that again tonight.
Yeah, it's a huge benefit to a team when you've got a kicker that can help you out, and you're not having to start midfield or worse. So he's able to flip the field, which helps your defense out, ultimately helps your offense.
It's a kid too that waited his turn last year, and glad he's here on campus, and yeah, he's helping the Blue Jays out a lot. Esau, quick handoff, run off the left side, and able to get 4 or 5 yards.
Starlin Driver, not to be confused with Screwdriver, makes his way in for a nice 3-yard gain.
Actually, he was able to fall forward almost 5 or 6 yards.
That's what you want out of this offense, 5 yards every time. But you'll take that and move the clock.
The clock continues to tick. About 4 minutes left here in this first half. 10-7 Blue Jays.
I think the Threshers' big target would be that number 8 receiver, Galliard. That's Esau's favorite.
He's had a couple good snags. Pitch out to the right.
Harrison on the carry.
And
Great tackle there by Jameer Holland. Safety coming up to make the play on the pitch man.
Jameer Holland.
so that'll bring up 3rd and short, about 3rd and 2.
Jameer's younger brother making plays for University of Oregon.
Oh, no kidding.
True freshman making plays. And here's
Wow.
an older brother making plays on Saturday night for the Blue Jays.
So let's see what the Threshers call up here. 4th and 2. See if maybe Esau keeps it. He's gotten some good yardage doing that.
Coach Gardner signals in his call.
Esau does keep it, but he is met quickly. And that's going to be a yard or 2 loss.
Ben Scott again making that play, but
Man.
and Paulo
He is met.
was in there quickly as well. So 4th and 3, and I would imagine you're going to see a punt here by the Threshers.
4th down and 4.
They don't want, unless they trust their defense, but they are going to kick it. But he thought about it for
Yeah,
a few
there was a
seconds.
second. They didn't come out right away. 2:50 left. I'm sure the Threshers are thinking if they can hold the Blue Jays here and go into the locker room down 10-7, that's not the worst of things. Nate Beatty's ready.
Back to receive.
He camps out right around the Blue Jay 30.
Good pressure there.
Nice kick by Francis. Beatty's going to return it. Makes the first man miss. Not some room here on the right side.
He could go. Beatty's got one man
Oh,
to beat.
man, yep, I saw the flag. There's a bad block. This is all coming back.
Nate Beatty in on the long return for Tabor.
Looks like
but there
our
is a
guilty
flag.
party is hanging around to say, is that me?
So that'll come all the way back. Boy, Nate's going to be frustrated
Tough
tomorrow,
break because
huh?
Nate Beatty is
Block in the back. Return team number 27.
showing his athleticism as a return man for the Jays. He's a threat for sure. He's a game changer. And 1 touchdown called back, and all Garner can do is flip up his mic and take a deep exhale.
What is that, about 70 yards taken away from Nate so far?
And
So,
a
yeah.
touchdown. I mean, it's his
Yeah.
fantasy stats. You know?
That's right. So the Blue Jays will now take over. Still good field position. They'll have it at their own 43-yard line. 2 minutes to work with here. Let's see who is. Michael's back out. McPeak.
That will bring up first
Be
down
nice to get in
10.
field goal range because Austin Smith has proven to be able to hit from 40, 45 yards.
That's right. McPeak is back. He's in the shotgun. 3 out to the left.
He's going to hand it off to Johnson, who's going to get around to the left.
Nice. He's going to be able to make some people miss. And he takes it out of bounds after the first down.
That was the same play kind of format. They're trying to. They're having success outside the tackles.
Yeah. That stops the clock at 2:10. They're into Thresher territory. And as you said, not too far out of Austin Smith. Probably maybe one more first down, maybe a few more yards after that. Could be in Austin Smith territory, but also like to see the Blue Jays punch this in.
The Threshers playing a deep cover 4 there.
Cooper taken down, and that's going to be a couple yards lost. Nice
Tackle for a loss.
penetration there by the Thresher defense.
Number 15,
Brings up second down
Clock
and
still
13.
turns,
Charles Johnson.
1:35.
Charles Johnson on the tackle there, coming from the safety position to make that play. Blue Jays do have timeouts.
So 2nd and looks like 13.
So Johnson behind McPeak and Cooper as a wing. He'll throw a out route.
Into some traffic,
Wow.
but nice catch.
Harper with that catch, but
All the way to the 30-yard line.
To number 35, Derek Harper.
That
Derek
definitely.
Harper. The corner was sitting on it.
I know, yeah. That made me nervous when he threw that.
He's lucky that didn't get pick 6 because that corner was playing a cover 2 and just sitting there waiting, ready for that out route.
Right about a minute left. McPeak keeps it, cuts up towards the middle, only be able to get a yard or 2. We'll see if that'll be it. Yep, that'll be a Blue Jay timeout with 55 seconds.
And on the tackle, number 51, Jordan Bell.
So you'll have 2nd and about 9. 55 seconds, up by 3. Really, you just want to be efficient here. You're very close to, I'd say you're probably in range now for Smith, but at this point you've got time on the clock. You'd love to get a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of time, 2 timeouts, 55 seconds. Yeah, a lot of options here for the Blue Jay offense. You know, it's you see these glimpses of this offense that get you excited, and so really hoping that as the Blue Jays continue on this season, the story of this season, that they continue to put this together and get more consistent, because they have some guys that can do some really neat things out here on offense if they can get a little more consistent.
Absolutely. And they've got weapons. That was a great catch there by number 35, Derek Harper, sophomore, out of Fort Mitchell, Alabama, making a great play and really showing his athletic ability after the catch, get some yak.
So 2nd and 8, peek back out. He's at the shotgun, got a running back behind him. That's Johnson. Johnson's going to get it out on the flat. Lots of room.
Good block there by Harper.
He's going to run it out of bounds and get about 6-7 yards.
Great play by Derek Harper to block out there at his slot position.
48 seconds.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 3. Peak drops back. Again, throws into coverage, and that's picked off. Man, 2.
Should be down at the 1-yard line, though, so not exactly.
Intended for Derek Harper is intercepted by number 4.
Yeah, he was looking for that the whole time. He looked to his right, was trying to throw it to Harper.
2 guys there waiting for that.
Interception by number 4.
Here's a replay of this. 2 throws into double coverage, underthrows it.
Khalif Mahid, senior out of Carson, California, makes that pick. He was the cornerback, but yeah, the safety was sitting right over the top. Well, the only benefit here, it should be on the 1-yard line. The Blue Jays do have 2 timeouts. They can really come after the Threshers on this these first 2 plays and stop the clock.
They are talking about this. Hopefully,
it won't be. Yeah, they probably just had a conversation if it was going to be a touchback, but
yeah, I think they decided that his momentum did not take him in there, which was the right call.
A safety would be a great recovery after that interception, so at least get a few points. So we'll see. Great angle here. Esau.
40 seconds.
He's going to hand it off, and he's met immediately. That should be a safety. Melvin Williams with a big hit.
They are going to call that inside the 1.
Oh, wow.
And we'll get another shot at that.
Blue Jays, did they stop the clock?
A flock of Blue Jays.
Wow, that's a tough one. I mean, obviously you want to give a benefit to it's like a tie goes to the runner, but come on.
Wow, I thought that was in the end zone.
There was no progress, in my opinion. It was directly.
Let's take another look here. He may have. He crossed the line. Tough call.
Yeah, and then Williams just towers it back. So I guess his progress is met at the half-inch. I mean, from here, it's a safety, but you know what? That's why I'm sitting in this booth.
Former Blue Jay Lee Waldron.
I trust the eyes there. They saw it.
No food, sunflower seeds, or drinks are allowed on the track or turf.
So Blue Jays have 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, it's not here on the list, on the national list.
So here we go.
So 31 seconds. Blue Jays did call the timeout because they want another shot at this. Safety. Esau comes in behind the center.
Oh, they go with the hard count there, looking to catch the Blue Jay. I don't know who jumped first.
Yeah, but for a hard count, your offensive line can't stand up. They're going to chat about it. Their left guard stood up, so let's see if they call that.
We'll see the replay. So the wingman is allowed to motion. And it looks to me like the Blue Jays would have been the ones to initiate.
Number 94 defense, 5-yard penalty.
This is probably a situation where you don't wish we had a replay, because now we can see that we actually were in the wrong. But it's the right call. Officials made the great call. So they get 5 back.
So now I'm guessing you'll see this run out here. 30 seconds left. 2nd and 10.
This offense has shown a few slips as far as on the exchanges. That would be the only plus if they could fumble or turn it over here for the Jays.
Esau keeps it, cuts up the middle, take it down. And I wonder if that'll end the half for us. See if either team calls a timeout.
Clock stops so they can move the chains.
It's like they called it. It's like the Bethel called the timeout. Yep.
So Bethel now will stop the clock.
First of the half.
Alrighty. Threshers are back out. 1st and 10. See if they have something up their sleeve. Esau drops back, goes deep.
Oh, it's caught.
And that'll stop the clock here for a second. The teams move up 18 seconds.
Bronson Hill, junior from Junction City, Kansas, out of Independence Community College, makes that catch. Esau just threw up a fade route.
Oh, someone jumped. Yep. That'll move the Threshers back another 5.
It's always tough when your job is to spike the ball and you false start on that.
Yeah, just start over.
False start. Number 59 offense. The game clock was running with less than a minute remaining in the half. The Bethel head coach has exercised the option to take a timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff. Timeout, Bethel, their second of the half.
So with that penalty, the Threshers under a minute, the clock, any penalty, 10 seconds should have ran off on the clock, but the Bethel head coach chose to use a timeout to prevent that, so it'll be 1st down and 15. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. 14 seconds on the clock. Both teams have one timeout. Threshers attempting to get into field goal range.
Scores around college football today. Army and Oklahoma are tied at 7. Texas leads TCU 24-16.
All right, and here we go. 1st and 15 for the Threshers.
1st down and 15 for
Bronson
Bethel.
Hill, the last target, 6'5", 210 receiver. The lone receivers look for Esau to chuck it up again. Blue Jays playing way off on him.
Another flag on the play.
Esau and the keeper.
Big hit there by Caleb Devine, coming from the corner position to make that big hit.
We did have a flag. Let's see here.
He is met by number 27, Caleb Devine, but there's a flag on the play.
6 seconds. So if that's another penalty, Bethel does have an.
Defense number 55. That penalty has been declined. 1st down.
So it could be our last play here. 6 seconds.
They do have a timeout. So Hill out wide. Esau looks to run it. He gets up and he makes a man miss. He's going to be down at the 29, and
That'll
Appears
do it.
that'll be halftime, so that's in the favor of the Jays as they tried to stop the clock. Now the officials are going to talk about it. So fortunate break for the Jays as the Rushers were attempting to call timeout to try for a field goal. We'll go into halftime. Tabor leads by a score of 10-7. We'll take a short break and bring you back with some halftime stats, maybe in some highlights.
Attention fans, there will be a punt, pass, and kick competition taking place on the field momentarily. The participants in this order are Dylan Weens, a freshman from Hillsboro, Abby Sechrist, a freshman from Hillsboro, Shania Steptoe, a freshman from Houston, Texas, and Nick Bradley, a junior from California. Fans, remember the concession stand is located just south of the home bleachers, and it is open until the middle of the fourth quarter. They have Dale sausage, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, and all the delicious foods you could ever think of. Up first is Dylan Weens. The field goal is just wide to the left. Up next is Abby Seacrest from Hillsboro. The prizes include a $10 gift certificate from the J Shop, a $10 gift certificate from Subway, and a $10 gift certificate to Wendy's. Nick Bradley is the next contestant up. The next contestant up is Shania Steptoe, a freshman from Texas. Let's give a hand to all of our contestants. from around the KCAC. Sterling leads Friends 36-16 in the third quarter. Southwestern leads Bethany 49-7 in the fourth. Kansas Wesleyan is leading Ottawa 70-24. Scores from around the Big 12. Army and Oklahoma are tied at 21 in the third quarter. Texas Tech leads Oklahoma State. Kansas State lost to West Virginia 35-6. Iowa State beat Akron 26-13. Baylor beat Kansas 26-7.
Welcome back to the Blue Jay Network. Lee Waldron joined by Jim Paulus here on your broadcast tonight. Just a few minutes away from the second half. Tabor currently leads by a score of 10-7. Jim, yeah, we got a good game here.
Here, should have talked about this earlier, but here's today's officials.
Led by Joey Kaywood and Brad Davenport, Dayton Dobrinsky.
And there we have Casey Current. This is before today's action. We've had a couple of finals already, but we've got 3 teams that are undefeated in conference: Ottawa, Avila, and Kansas Wesleyan. Kansas Wesleyan putting up some impressive scores, and they're 14th in the country. Avila getting some votes as well. What are your thoughts on those?
Well, it looks a little different from the preseason picks.
Yes, yeah.
The coaches meeting and all the votes. So you've got a couple teams like Sterling at the very bottom of the conference. That's not one you would have picked there. And we know that they've got great athletes there, so it's just a little different. Friends, who's always been in the top echelon of the conference, they're now 0-4, 0-3 in conference. So
we can update that Avila had another big victory over St. Mary's today, 67-28, so they're actually 4-0. Kansas Wesleyan defeated Ottawa, so that was a matchup of a couple undefeated teams, but Kansas Wesleyan again 74 points, or 70 points to Ottawa's 24. Southwestern's up big against Bethany, 52-7 in the fourth, and so
we do have a few highlights to flip through from our first half.
And this was the opening touchdown. First touchdown, Cooper got around that right side, and you mentioned some key blocks there that made that happen.
Big one by Johnson. Cooper with the long touchdown to start.
Dravion Cooper on the carry.
Again, he gets around the outside, and just you can see, once he got to that 50, he was all but gone and showed off his speed, which is just the lightning of a back. So that started off the scoring for the Jays.
Here was the point after, and that put us up 7-0.
And we have a field goal by Smith that gave the Blue Jays a 10-0 lead. That was good from about 32. And here's Bethel's highlight. Big run by Esau, who cut back. And again, we saw the athleticism from that quarterback, and that put them on the board.
He had a nice throw in that drive as well. And so
fakes the option, and the Blue Jays over pursue, and Esau does the rest, running straight up the gut.
Nice moves by the sophomore from Heston, Kansas. And so that's all the scoring we had in the first half, 10-7 only. As we get ready here for the second half, Blue Jays will receive.
Dravion Cooper, who's deep, pretty electric returner for the Jays. Think back to his sophomore year when he had a big return against the Sterling College Warriors, which led to a game-winning touchdown by Darius Stallworth in the back of the end zone as time expired.
So here we go. Kickoff by Francis, right up the middle. And the Blue Jays going to let that trickle into the end zone. You better get on that. Okay.
Dead, it's a touchback.
That's right. Okay, and so let's see who comes out quarterback.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays at the 25-yard line.
It's always looks like it's McGee again.
Touchbacks go to the 25-yard line now. So Blue Jays will have 1st and 10 from their own 25. Look for this O-line to start off the second half with some momentum.
So again, McGee is a 6'1" freshman from Florida.
Pistol look.
Run up the middle, bounces out to the outside. Cooper gets it. And nice run up the middle, or off the left side, all the way past the 40, almost to the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the half.
Big run by Dravion Cooper.
Cooper's had some, I'm not sure, we're still waiting for some stats here, but he's got to be getting close to 100.
Oh, with those 2 carries alone, I would say he's approaching that. Big day so far for him, and it's been all outside of the tackles. So he made a man miss, and then he got the rest of it. And once he got up that sideline, it was just a matter of him making one move, and he would have had his second touchdown of the day. But big start, first play of scrimmage for the second half. The Jays pick up a big gain.
So Blue Jays at the 32-yard line. Johnson gets it, cuts it back towards the middle. He's going to grab a couple yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 8.
So now Johnson, who's a bigger back, a little bit bigger, he can run inside the tackles a little more. So that's a nice thunder lightning type of combo you have with Cooper running outside and Johnson running inside.
Brings up 2nd down and 8.
A.J. Williams, Matt Clarkson, Mitch Gums, Roy Scott, and Will Collier are your linemen for the Jays.
Calvin Tipton just checked in. He's a junior from Campbell, California, at the tailback position.
Tate, Harper, and Stearns. They're going to hand it off.
Johnson again grabs a couple more. That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Tackle made by number 22, Josh Seabolt.
Josh Seabolt with the tackle. He's one of the freshman linebackers from Cimarron.
10-7, 13:20 to go. McGee's walking to the sideline to get the call.
Play clock, still got some time, just under 15. Move some guys around. McKee's now under center. Play clock down to 5. He keeps it.
He's going to drop back and look for a...
He's going to roll it to the right. Throws it into the end zone. Has a guy. Oh, just overthrows him. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It looks like Sodarski had an inch on his man there. They're going to send out the...
Well, I thought this might be one they might go for. But Sean McComas will come out. Oh, no, we're going to have a field goal attempt here. Sean's a holder. So that'll be, looks like a 44-yarder.
Yeah.
We've seen this before from Mr. Smith. He's on the left hash.
And to attempt the field goal.
This is in his range.
Kick is up. Has the leg. And it is good. Nice kick by the sophomore Austin Smith. And that extends the Tabor lead 13-7.
So you'll take that. Obviously, offense does stall, but you pick up points on the board, which is exactly what you want to start the second half. So
especially with this low-scoring game. And Austin's going to quickly grab his tee and run back out there. Nice weapon for the Blue Jays to have in this sophomore. Plenty of leg.
He definitely has a leg, and he kicks that ball really high. There was a kick early in the year that he thought it was good on the road there against St. Mary's.
Yeah, right at the end of the game.
The ball was way above the crossbars.
So 12:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Blue Jays extend their lead. Still only a score lead, 13-7. If you missed the first half, the Threshers stalled quite a bit there in the first quarter offensively, but definitely found their groove in the second quarter, moved the ball well, scored a touchdown, but even in a couple other drives moved it well. And so let's see how they do here in the 3rd quarter. Smith with the deep one out to the left side. It's bobbled a bit at the 5-yard line.
Joe Levette, he's caught up there.
Makes the first man miss, but he's taken down at the 15-yard line. So nice coverage there by the Blue Jays.
Angel Silva and Ridge Robertson in on that play.
Yeah, so you saw the Threshers gain a lot of yards with Esau keeping the ball. He's made a couple people miss there along the line. Then once he gets that into that second space, he's been hard to bring down for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, he started off getting chased around by the Jays, but he found a rhythm there in the second quarter.
Esau again keeps it, and he is wrapped up right at the line. No gain.
Looks like they could have called a false start there, but instead Blue Jays penetrate and break up the offensive start, so no gain.
He is met by Ethan Straw and Tanner Henbach for no gain. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Ben Scott, the DN on the far end, Tanner Hetbaugh.
Blue Jays continue to shift people along the line and try to confuse the offense a bit.
Go to a 5-man line now.
2nd and 10. Esau drops back, has some pressure. Nice quick throw and nice hit.
Great hit by, looked to be Jameer Holland.
Yeah, right as the ball got there.
Big hit by the safety, playing his position well.
Nice tackle right to the chest. So 3rd and 10 for the Threshers. Let's see if the Blue Jays can stop this drive right off the bat, and then they should get really good field position.
So that's exactly what you want from your strong safety, being able to come up and force the box on a run, but also to to hit from his position. So great job there by Jameer.
Esau keeps it, gets it on the left side, trying to find some space. And he's able to get it across the first down marker, and that'll be 1st and 10 Threshers. Another nice run by the sophomore from Heston.
Yeah, Beatty brought him down, but great run there by Esau, who's running the option. He's making good decisions. Very smart player.
Coming into this game, he led the Threshers in rushing, and he will continue that as so far, as he's been able to gobble up a lot of yards on that, on the keeper. 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Esau drops back for pass, quick pass out, and
little incidental contact there.
Bodies fell down, but no flag.
Tanner Galliard was hoping for the interference call, but I thought it was a great no call, as there was no intentional contact. The athletes just got tangled up.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Threshers getting their call from the sidelines.
Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Play clock under 10.
Now Ben Scott moves back to
handoff
linebacker position.
Driver gets it, is able to bounce out across the 40-yard line for a 1st down. Lots of yards there after that first contact. The Threshers are moving the ball here in their first drive in this 3rd quarter as they approach midfield. They're on their 41-yard line.
Paulo checks back in. Big nose tackle. Kistner now down on the line. But now he moves back.
Some more shuffling. Handoff to driver again. He's met, able to move the pile a couple yards. Looks like he's going to spot him with a 3-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 7. Boy, back at that 20-yard line, we had him 3rd and 10, and nice run again by Esau that prevented that drive from stalling.
That was a great play that really extended this thing, and now you have the Threshers picking up a little momentum.
So 2nd and 7.
Galliard at the bottom of your screen, a lone receiver. Esau's going to keep it. He gets hit immediately.
Nice tackle there. I'm not sure who got that, but that was
Melvin Williams.
Melvin Williams, yep. He's had a bunch of those, and that'll bring up 3rd and 6, it looks like. And so another big 3rd down play here for the Blue Jay defense, trying to stop this Thresher drive.
3rd down and long 5.
You know, that first drive after half, those are the ones that seem to be important and for momentum's sake. So especially after the Blue Jays able to put some points up, nice for them to get that ball right back.
Yeah, you want to get off the field here.
Esau drops back, looks, little throw out.
Oh, great catch there. And he's running down the sideline. He's got one man to beat. He's pushed out of bounds by Caleb Devine. So Joe Levette just gets past
play.
The safety, and great ball by Esau to get it just over.
Above the, yeah.
Wow, let's take another look at that.
Defender tried to go for the ball here and just not able to get it, but nice catch by Gallivette. Wow. Right up the right sideline, pushed out around the 10, and so the Threshers are in the red zone here. They spot him at the 11.
So what we thought might be a 3-and-out now has the Threshers knocking at the door.
Two big 3rd down plays by the Threshers on this drive.
Hand off up the middle.
And that'll be a touchdown for Driver. And Threshers tie the game at 13, and they will have an extra point coming. Nice drive by the Threshers.
Blue Jays miss a tackle or two on that. And great job responding. As you can see here, Driver gets up the gut, and Beatty misses the tackle.
And just walks into the end zone.
But good blocking by the Threshers O-line.
Starlin Driver, a junior from Winfield, transferred from Independence Community College. Francis out for the PAT to give the Threshers the lead here. Be their first lead of the night. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 9:02 left, Threshers get their first lead of the night as it's 14-13. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here for the Blue Jays' second drive of the half.
concession stand located just south of the home bleachers is open until the middle of the fourth quarter. They have nail sausage, cheeseburgers, and hot dogs, and more. Cash and credit cards are accepted. Students may also pay with the money on their game card. Braden Francis in to kick off for Bethel. Bad beat for Tabor.
All right, Blue Jays look to receive here after the Threshers have taken their lead, 14-13.
Kick is deep. Cooper's going to take it.
Cooper on the return.
Comes off the left side.
Spins out of it, and he's got
If he
one.
can get around. He takes it all the way to the 40-yard line, so nice start. So that's where the Blue Jays will start. Blue Jays come out at after half, move the ball a little bit, get stalled, hit a field goal, but Threshers respond with a 85-yard drive and a couple third down plays by the Threshers, one by an Esau run and one by an Esau throw, and so they take the lead 14-13 as the Blue Jays try to respond here.
Yeah, that most critical one was that pass, that lob on third down, which, again, safety Nate Beatty had a chance if he just makes the tackle and plays the man instead of the ball. He forces a punt there, but
great touch by Esau to get that ball to his senior receiver. McKee out there again. He's got a couple, I think it's like he's got Josh and Cooper back there with him.
hands it off to Josh Johnson.
Johnson makes a couple people miss, be able to get across the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard. Will be up 2nd and 9.
Second down and 9 from the Tabor 40.
Wyatt Bell checks out of the game.
McGee still in this drive. He started this third quarter. This is his second drive.
Pistol look. Cooper behind McGee.
Hand off to Cooper. Bounces out to the right side, but taken down real quickly. Only another yard, so that'll bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 8.
From the initial play, looked like he would have a burst there, but it closed up quickly. The hole closed up.
So, well, actually, it'll be a 3rd and 6. Boy, I think this is a real important play, Lee, after the momentum switch here. Don't want to see a 3 and out here by the Blue Jays. They're down a point and not ready to see the defense out there.
Yeah, you definitely got to keep your defense off the field a little bit.
McKee drops back, quick pass out.
Caught.
And that is a catch, and that's 1st down across midfield.
C.J. Tate with the catch there on that out. Good pass and catch.
The gain is good enough for another Blue Jay.
49-yard line is where they'll spot that, so they are into Thresher territory. Fresh set of downs. Big 1st down play there for the Blue Jays. Like I said, this I'd like to see the momentum switch a little bit. And need to see a couple more 1st downs here from the Blue Jays. Key hands it off to Jackson. Jackson trying to get around. Able to get upfield a little bit. That'll be like an 8 or 9 yard gain. Just shy of the 1st down, but that'll be 2nd and short.
Josh Johnson with a great run there. So providing a needed spark, giving Cooper a break as well.
So Johnson, a junior from Fontana, California.
Brings up 2nd down and 2.
2nd down and 2. Met at the line. I think that was Cooper or Johnson again.
It's Cooper on that carry, so it'll be 3rd and about a yard.
Brought down by number 22, Josh Seabolt.
Maybe even less than a yard. This is
Brings up a 3rd down and short.
another big 3rd down play here for the Blue Jay offense. Just inside the 40-yard line of the Threshers. Got about a yard to go for 1st down. Let's see who they bring in. Looks like they got Johnson and Cooper in. Got some options. McGee keeps it. Let's see where they spot it.
Close. There's a little shove there at the end.
Looks like they're going to mark it right at the line. They might have to bring the chains out on this one.
That is a close spot.
See where they put it. And they do move the chains. Big first down. So the clock starts rolling again. 5:45 left here in the third quarter. Blue Jays fresh set of downs at the 39-yard line of the Threshers.
Brings up a first down and 10 from the Bethel 39-yard line. Josh Johnson on the carry.
Johnson right up the middle. About 3 yards, maybe two or 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Gain of 2 brings up a 2nd down and 8.
2-yard run there by Johnson.
Now Johnson split out as a wing. Cooper in the backfield. Pistol look.
Cooper gets it right up the middle. Nice run up the middle, about 7-8 yards. That will be for a first down. Inside the 30 of the Threshers as the chains move. Nice steady drive here by the Blue Jays after a nice kickoff return by Cooper. And they've been able to connect on some third down plays, and they're keeping this drive going.
Yeah, so far only 3 possessions total this quarter. Both teams scored on their initials, and now the Blue Jays responding back with a big drive of their own.
After only 17 points in that first half, offenses are getting together here. Little pitch out to Cooper, who cuts it up. Now has some nice space across the 15 to the 10-yard line.
Dravion Cooper, just the legs just keep moving. He's very strong and has amazing balance, low center of gravity, doesn't stop, and really is hard to bring down for being not this biggest guy on the team.
No. Spotted at the 11.
Approaching the 4-minute mark in the third. Handoff is to
Johnson.
Josh Johnson.
Gets about 3 or 4. He's inside the 10.
Tackled by a host of Threshers. Gain of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7. At the 8-yard line. Blue Jays make a couple changes in the lineup. Looks like what Barrett Smith's in there now.
Yep, number 40, Barrett Smith, big blocking back. Got a couple carries earlier. Cooper and Johnson, so
play clock down to 3. Just does get it off. McKee keeps it. Keeps himself around the right side. Not quite to the first down marker. That'll be probably, what, 3rd and 2 or 3?
yeah, just right about the 4-yard line, 3-yard line there. So it's going to be spotted at, I believe, the 3.5.
All right, Leaf. We don't want to go there, but what if there's a 4th and short here coming up? Take the 3 to take the lead back, or?
Yeah, let me answer that after this play.
Yeah. Let's just punch it in, and they don't have to worry about it.
I think you want to think Gardner might roll the dice and go for it because his defense is still playing really well. Or you get the lead back. Trust your kicker.
So 3rd and 2.
Quick pitch. Johnson, he's going to make a cut.
I think he's going to get the first down. Well, let's see where they spot it.
In on the stop.
This will be close.
It's tough there.
Oh, I may have to put you on the spot here in a minute, Lee.
McGee's calling for a first down. The officials are signaling 4th down.
So it is 4th and 1 on the 2-yard line. Gardner's got a decision to make,
and sends out the field goal unit.
Yeah.
He's trying to win a game.
I see taking the lead here. I really do, especially
2 for 2 on field goals so far. You got it.
We're almost in the 4th quarter.
This is a PAT.
As much as I'd like to see him punch in for 6 here,
they're going to call a timeout and talk about it.
So let's see here. So the first timeout of the half taken. 1:56 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Jim, I mean, under 2 to go in the third. You've got a whole other quarter. I mean, I like the call here if he does kick the field goal just because, you're playing for the lead and you want to get that thing and put your defense back in a position to hold it. Then you flip the game around if you make this play here. If they do go for it, though, I mean, there's a lot of
Tabor's College of Wichita
benefits, because if they don't get it, your defense is in a great spot to still hold them back as well.
Value-rich and distinctly Christian. And you don't
Let's
have
see
to
what
live in
Gardner.
Wichita to be enrolled.
It's almost to a place where you can't make a bad decision here. Huh? Either you can make a good argument for both.
Knowing Coach Gardner, he's probably leaning towards the conservative call of kicking the field goal.
Tabor website. That's Tabor Wichita and online for your master's degree. Classes start in January.
Just would like to point out something I've noticed is pretty good snaps from both teams. The long snapper doesn't get a lot of love, Jim, but they're pretty impressed so far.
Patrick Leonard is the long snapper. You know, they just sent the offense back out, Lee. So here we go.
What do we know, Jim?
Yeah, we don't know nothing. So 4th and just about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Let's see if they even try to, I don't know if they're going to try to get him off sides or what's going to happen here. So McKee under center, quick snap.
Gives it to
Cooper, and he is in for a touchdown. Like I said, Lee, we should have gone for the touchdown.
Great tackle there by McGee after the play. I guess he wants to audition for linebacker.
So
Cooper,
big call by Coach Gardner, gets the 6 points and puts the lead presently at 5 with the PAT coming. They're going to go, probably, I can see this too, going for 2. See if they can extend the lead to 7.
So big hole there. Great job running. Cooper, he gets going. That's just
that is a nice tackle.
A given.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a 2-point conversion here by the Jays, trying to get back up by 7. Johnson will be the back to the right with Cooper directly behind McGee.
Get a pitch to Cooper. He's trying to get around the edge, and he's not going to get there. And so that lead will stay 19-14, 1:52 left, and we'll take a short break, come back for the kickoff.
With 1:52 left in the third quarter, your Tabor College Blue Jays lead Bethel College by a score of 19-14. Kicking off for the Blue Jays is number 4, Austin Smith. Back deep for Bethel is number 3, Gary Jolivet, and number 14, Cameron Harrison.
All righty, we're back.
So Austin Smith back to kick now for the Jays. They lead 19-14 with 1:52 remaining in the third quarter.
Smith gets it deep, taken in just around the 2 or 3 yard line.
Jolivet
gets it all the way out to the 25-yard line. That's where we'll start. This is only the second possession for the Threshers, as we've had some long drives here this third quarter. And, that first drive, Blue Jays able to create some third downs, but not able to stop that drive. Some great plays by the sophomore Esau. First on a run, but then a nice pass out to the right flat. And so we'll see if the Blue Jays can close down that drive. Like I said, they had some times there where they could have shut them down, but unable to get them to 4th down.
Exactly. They had every opportunity to get off the field, and they gave up a big play and allowed the Threshers to regain momentum. And let's see if they can turn the page and force a quick 3 and out.
Esau keeps it. No, he hands it off to Sterling Driver, and he gets it almost to the first down. Let's see, they spot him after about, it looks like a 6-7 yard gain is where they spotted it.
So the dive is now opening up for the Threshers in this offense.
Well, I think some of those linebackers are keyed on Esau, and so I could see where that would happen.
2nd down and 4.
So now it's critical that your D linemen make penetration, and then the second level quickly fills to make the play.
So 2nd and 3.
Good job there by the D to wall him up.
See where they spot that. He made some positive yards for sure. This will bring up 3rd and short.
Kistner and Nate Beatty in on the tackle.
Yeah, great pursuit there by the Blue Jays defense.
So let's see if the Threshers can continue their 3rd down conversion rate this half.
3rd and 2, 3rd and 1.5. It's a good spot for them. Blue Jays did a great job of taking away the dive and then quickly rallying to the quarterback.
Esau was able to roll out of that first hit, though, and fall forward for a couple yards. To the dive again, and he's across first down and gets some more yards. Across the 40-yard line to the 41, and Threshers again convert on third down in this quarter. Although there is a flag down, let's see where that's.
Be a false start.
Personal foul, shot block, offense.
Okay.
Oh, that's a big call.
So chop block, which is illegal to do. It was a quick hitter, which they definitely needed to react quickly to open up space for that run play to happen, but that'll be a beneficial for the Jays because it'll back them up 10 yards, 15 actually.
Yeah, that's a 15-yard penalty. So instead of 3rd and 1, it is now 3rd and 16.
Brings up 3rd down and 16.
So definitely advantageous for the Jays, as this is a great opportunity for them to get off the field here. They revert back to a true 4-3 now.
Keep an eye out there for number 8 Tanner Gallerart, but also Gary Jolivet. Those are the two receivers that have made some plays for the Threshers.
Cover 4 look.
The end of the third quarter.
That'll take us to our 4th quarter. So the Blue Jays head into the 4th with a 19-14 lead.
Third quarter, your Blue Jays
We will take a short break and bring you back to the 4th quarter
14.
action in just a minute. Look at that run by Cooper, and then a big hit by his quarterback McGee. Definitely showing him the love. 19-14 as we start the 4th quarter here. The Threshers will have the ball, 3rd and 16. They're looking to answer, as we only saw 3 possessions, 4 actually, 2 for each team in the 3rd quarter, and this is the Bethel's 2nd possession of the 2nd half here.
So a big chalk block call on it would have been a 1st down run by the Threshers. Push them back here. So Esau cross back. And he is taken down, looks like. Yes.
Melvin
Williams, who's had plenty of highlights here in the back at the linebacker position. He's been in their backfield all night.
Yeah, very impressed with Melvin's pursuit, and obviously he's a physical specimen and tough man to block, and just showing his athleticism. Brings up a 4th and long, and the Threshers will have to punt, which should give the Jays really good field position.
Yep. Thresher punter Francis is right at the goal line, which puts Beatty. He's hanging out around the 40-yard line waiting for that kick.
Love to see the Jays come after this as well, as it seems like the snapper has hung one up there a little bit.
Good kick. Beatty gets it right at the 50.
Reverts back and is tackled quickly.
Nice coverage there by the Threshers. So 14-10 left in this game. Blue Jays up 5 and with possession. See if the Blue Jays can run the ball a bit here, take some time off, but also maybe add some points here to make this a 2-score game.
Larari Bowen make that special teams tackle.
No gain on the return for Tabor.
So after grabbing that ball around the 50, the Blue Jays will actually start on their own 46.
From their own 46-yard line.
Let's see if I think they're keeping McKee in there. Is that right?
They are.
Yep. So he's been able to move the ball.
He keeps it, pulls it back.
And he takes it in for about 3 or 4 yards. Yeah, the 2 drives so far this half lead was a field goal and a touchdown. So good. Some good signs of the offense.
Yeah, definitely efficient offense, and they also were able to use some of the clock, which is beneficial for both the overall outcome of the game, but it rests your defense.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 7, just shy of the 50-yard line. quick pass out to the left. And we calling that a catch, just shy of the first down. Well, let's see. They're going to mark it right at the marker, and they're going to give it a first down.
C.J. Tate with the catch there.
So that moves the chains, and they're into Thresher territory, right at the 44-yard line of the Threshers. Nice catch by C.J., the sophomore. Oklahoma City, is that right? That area?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, great job of bringing the ball in and getting college. You only have to have 1 foot in. Dive to Johnson.
Johnson on the carry.
Quick play, and 3 or 4 yards to the 40-yard line. This is starting to remind me of Tabor offense a little bit.
Yeah, that first down, 3 or 4 yard
brings up a second down and
bust,
6.
and then all of a sudden you keep that clock rolling. Yeah, this is a little Blue Jay-esque here. So you like what you see, and obviously Coach Gardner he's all about ball control.
Yep.
Take care of the football, extend drives, make them count, put points on the board, and let my defense get back out there.
Cooper gets it, wiggles
Cooper
around and finally does go down. Just about, probably lost a yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, great job there by the Threshers. Number 22 on that play, Josh Seabolt, freshman from Cimarron, Kansas. Clock is running, 12:18 and counting.
Another big 3rd down play here.
At the top of your screen, Tate is covering one-on-one. McGee looks there, then he's going to turn it up and run.
He's going to get across, but well, let's see where they spot it. It's right at the line.
Did a good job of making the first defender miss, but then he got stuck.
I think that's enough. I think they're going to move the chains.
They are already calling it, so the officials from the sideline there.
Big deal right there. That's good.
Very patient decision by the quarterback there to sit back in the pocket. I don't think it was intended to be a draw. He was looking for a receiver, and it was quickly made the decision to step up and run it himself.
Great decision by the freshman. Fresh set of downs here for the Blue Jays at the 33 of the Threshers.
Now he'll be in the gun. Hands off to Johnson, who goes to the left.
Finds some room. Nice gain there, about 8 yards. Across the 25.
This is a really solid connection with Cooper being the quicker of the two, but Johnson having a little more power and pad. And just you got to feel for the Thresher defenses. They're getting both of them tonight. The quicker back and also the stronger back running really hard right at him, and then they got to chase down Cooper afterwards.
So they will mark it around the 27, 2nd and 3.
Hand off to Cooper. He looks inside the tackles. He gets through the first level.
Not quite to the 20, but that does get across the marker. So 1st and 10 Blue Jays. Nice steady drive here as the clock continues to roll. 11 minutes left in this game. Blue Jays up 5. Looking to extend their lead on this drive. Touchdown does make it 2 scores.
Brings up 1st down and 10 from the Bethel 22-yard line.
Pistol look again. McGee with Cooper behind him. You have Johnson on the wing. Comes in motion, then he's quickly pitched the ball.
Flag on the play, maybe some movement. Let's see what they call here. Official comes over to tell the referee. Let's see what we have here. I wonder if a shift or
Offside. Number 94.
offside's on the defense.
So looks like Gardner will take the penalty, give himself a 1st and 5 now.
And that'll push the Blue Jays into the red zone. That puts them at the 17.
So 1 receiver look here. So Blue Jays showing their cards that they are going to go with the max protection, hand the ball off to Johnson, and he dives forward for about 4.
Not quite to the 1st down, but he's inside the 15.
Tackle made by number 39.
You know, Jim, this is also a little bit of the old school Blue Jay mentality, which, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And we're going to show you what you're going to get, and you got to stop it.
And we've also seen over the years their ability to wear down some defenses with that mentality.
Yep,
so 4th
absolutely.
quarter, a lot of yards over the last few years.
Sideline warning,
Sideline warning on Bethel.
Sideline warning of the game. penalty and results in a first down.
Wow.
Okay, so they said that was the second of the game for them. Gives the Blue Jays a first down.
Wow, a couple big calls here on this drive. And that puts the Blue Jays inside the 10-yard line, first and goal.
Got to give credit to this O-line. They are getting push and allowing holes to open up. So there's some positive to take away already as this younger line.
Some of those freshmen are getting closer to being sophomores, huh?
Yeah, they're growing during this game. Hand off to Cooper. Whoa.
Cooper on the carry.
Good penetration there by the D lineman. We've called his name there before. Sam. 56, Sam Ald, I believe.
Tackle made by number 56, Cal Strand.
Cal Strand, actually.
Brings up second down.
Curtis Bent will go with that. Curtis Bent explodes in on A.J. Williams and makes that play in the backfield. So great job there by.
So about a few yards lost. It's second goal from the 11.
The offsides there.
Yeah.
Cooper's going to try to get out anyway. It's kind of a free play. So we'll move it up 5 now.
Tackle made by number 54, David Wolf Cochran.
Man, three flags here just inside the 25.
Number 52, defense. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
So that'll move him back inside the 10 to the 6-yard line, I believe, and it's going to be second and goal from the 6.
So Joseph Winfield just trying to get in the backfield again.
Of the penalty
definitely jumped off sides.
So late in this drive, we've had 2 flags of offsides and a sideline altercation, and so those are 3 big flags against the Threshers that have kept this Blue Jay offense moving forward. Play clock under 10.
Barrett Smith now at a fullback position. Kind of a true eye there. Cooper bangs it up, and he's going to get down at about the 3.
So a big third down coming up here.
Josh Seabolt in on the tackle.
Seabolt with the tackle, the freshman from Cimarron. He's actually
of the play brings up a third down and goal.
Looking at the stats before the game, I think he's like 10 or 11 tackles a game for a freshman.
Wow.
He's up there nationally in that, and so
that's pretty impressive for a freshman to be making an impact on your defense right away.
Middle linebacker as a freshman.
Fake to Barrett. McGee's going to try to get around to the right. He's going to stop and throw it.
Don't throw that. Oh.
McGee's pass
That's tough. That could have been almost was intercepted, and there is a flag down.
Let's see.
Tried to throw it against his body.
Little discussion time here.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 45, defense.
Oh.
Half the distance to the goal. Automatic
So
first
holding
down.
is the call on the Thresher defense. So that is not exactly the remedy they were looking for. So instead of making a stop there, the Threshers give the Blue Jays a first down, first and goal.
So again, not to believe it, that's four penalties here. Probably, I think they're all within the 30-yard line. So now the Blue Jays got a fresh set to crack it across the goal line. 7:29 left in this game.
Blue Jay offense led by center Mitch Gums, senior from California.
On the left hash mark here. 3 backs behind McKee.
Josh Johnson gets the carry. Touchdown.
And that's a touchdown. Big.
Scores another Tabor touchdown.
So with 7:24, the Blue Jays stretch it to a 2-score lead. 25-14. And Austin Smith comes out to try to add to that.
Great job there. It's just a tough play to stop. Josh Johnson coming across from the right side with full momentum and carries it in for a touchdown.
And to kick the PAT for the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays trying to make it a 2-possession game here. Put it at 12.
Kick is up. And looks good.
And the PAT is good.
So with 7:24 left, Blue Jays stretch this out 25-14, 26-14, and so we will take a short break and we'll be back here for the rest of the game.
Remaining in the fourth quarter. Josh Johnson scores another Tabor touchdown. Your Blue Jays lead Bethel by a score of 25-14. Next Saturday, September 29th, the Tabor College football team will be traveling to Ottawa, Kansas to play the Ottawa University Braves. Kickoff, 1 p.m.
Smith to kick off. Shorter kick.
Got around the 12-yard line.
On the return.
But it's just shy of the 30-yard line, and the Threshers will take over. Not a lot of drives here this half, Lee. A lot of long drives.
Yeah, you've seen really good execution in the second half here by the Blue Jays for sure, and the Bethel, their possessions, they did do a great job, but now they've got to respond as they're down by 12 points with 7 minutes to go.
The return leads to a first down and 10 for Bethel at their own 30-yard line.
And Gardner for sure is wanting his defense to just handle the momentum, resistance, and just to take care of their jobs here. Esau fakes the handoff, pitches it to the back 25.
That's the spot. Ooh, nice hit there.
Good run on the pitch there. Number 25.
Gain of 9.
Tashawn Simon,
Yeah, senior
from El Paso, Texas, takes the pitch and delivered a blow made some contact there.
9 yards on the carry, so 2nd and 1. Threshers quickly to the line. Esau drops back. Quick throw out to the right. And overthrows everyone.
Esau's pass is incomplete.
Looks like that flag is in the backfield, and the Blue Jays did have
Hill.
Keelan Elson was the lone defender that had gotten free. Looks to be this could be
Roughing the passer.
roughing the passer.
So that'll move up the Threshers 15 yards.
Give them a little life because that's like a 15-yard gain. So now they're inside on the other side of the 50, moving the ball after that second down play that gave them a first down.
So as Lee mentioned, they are into Blue Jay territory at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. 6:49 left here in this game. Look to Esau to air it out some more the rest of the way here. Esau keeps it. He's taken down right away. Nice job by the Blue Jay defense.
Brings up
Esau is a playmaker for sure.
Definitely been impressed with his moxie back there. The quarterback just resilient. He'll get hit, and then just a very smart player.
Yeah. Kept it when he needed to. Nice runs up the middle, good throws. 2nd and 9.
They show a 3-3-5 there.
Pitch out to the left. Nice run up the left side for a first down.
Devine is the quarter, and he did not keep contained, and Joel Levette was able to get outside there and pick up a first down.
So past the 30-yard line. Looks like they'll spot this at the 29 of the Blue Jays. Threshers are driving here. 6 minutes left. Responding to that Blue Jay touchdown.
We'll see if that roughing the passer comes back to haunt the Blue Jay defense on this drive. Dive there is just hit well. Great job all around by the Blue Jays.
He is tackled for a loss by number 53, Tanner Hedenbach.
Tanner Hedenbach out of Chapman, Kansas, with the big play on the quarterback there.
So that pushes them back a bit. 2nd and 12, 13 there. Clock continues to roll.
So
Nielsen, Scott are the D-ends currently. Ethan Straw and Hettenball, your D lineman, and Newshafer now walks up as that 5th lineman. So showing a 5-2 now. Who's just gonna hand it off, and again, great job by the defensive end, Ben Scott.
It's only a yard or two, so that'll be still 3rd and, let's see, 11 or 12.
Number 54, Caleb Newshafer.
Definitely 4-down territory, looking at the score and the clock.
Brings up a 3rd down and 12.
Shot of Coach Gardner there.
Make some noise, Blue Jay Nation. It is 3rd down.
3rd and 12.
Esau keeps it, pitches out at the last minute.
Oh.
See if they can wrap him up here. Nice positive yards there, so that'll bring up 4th and short. Like I said, they probably will go for this here as they're under 4:30.
Yeah, it doesn't do them any good to line up for a field goal at this point. Down by 12.
9-yard gain.
So they will go for it.
See if they'll do it here without a timeout. Looks like they're going to line up and go for it here. Just over 4. Big stop here. This could be close to putting this game away if we can make the stop right here. And they are going to call the timeout.
Comes in late. Bethel head coach calls a timeout, wants to talk it over, as this would be the ball game most likely. So we've got a short timeout here. You know, at this point, I'm thinking when you think back to the play calls that have worked for them, Jim, really they want to get the ball and keep it in Esau's hands and probably allow him to make a decision. Run one of those option looks where he can decide to pull it or pitch it. Give the ball to your best player and see if he can make a play for you, and hope that the Blue Jays miss an assignment. Overall, been very impressed with this Thresher team. You know, they've endured some change over the last 4 or 5 years, a couple different coaches, and they're really excited about this head coach that they got out of Wichita Heights, and he's brought in a lot of familiarity from the conference. A lot of the staff is from Sterling College. They knew each other, played with each other, and so very solid program in the conference for many years. So to bring guys that know about success in the KCAC, I mean, you're excited. It's good for the conference when Bethel is a better football program, in my opinion.
And you know they had a chance to win against Apple, who's leading the league right now. They had the ball driving at the end of that game last week. So here they are, 4th and 3, trying to extend this game. Esau keeps it and going nowhere, and Blue Jays nice stand by the defense. And so the ball will turn over on downs, no flags on the play, and so the Threshers drive stops just outside the 20, and the Blue Jays will take over here with 3:59.
Melvin Williams in on that play.
Bethel has a couple of timeouts to try to conserve some time, but again, 2 scores and the ball right now. Blue Jays looking good.
Get a couple first downs here and chew up the rest of that clock.
Blue Jays will have it 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line.
For 47, Tyson Reimer there. Congratulating his teammate Melvin Williams, a Hillsboro legend. Tyson Reimer, that is.
So nice run. Clock keeps ticking.
Tackle is made by number 44, Keandre
4 yards on that gain.
Gain of 4.
Let's get some other scores out of the conference. Sterling did go on to defeat Friends 43-34. Southwestern defeated Bethany 52-7. And Kansas Wesleyan again with an impressive win 70-24.
Wow, that is impressive for sure.
They have to be close to the top in the country in points scored.
The pitch to Johnson.
Goes out the left side, taken down quickly. Just barely gets maybe a yard, so that'll bring up 3rd and 5. Again, the clock continues to roll. Bethel not using those timeouts yet.
Josh Seabolt, 5'9", 210 freshman from Cimarron in on that play again. And you said he's a ball hawk. They've got a player there. They've got some young pieces. Quarterback that's only a sophomore, freshman linebacker there. You can build a team around some guys like that. All it takes is keeping some of those guys around and adding the pieces you need, and you can compete quickly in this conference if you get guys to believe and buy in. And I think they're really optimistic at Bethel. They found a good head coach to build that program. Hand off to Cooper, who's brought down quickly.
So loss of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down and 9, and that'll bring out the punting unit.
Siobhan Morrison, senior out of Trenton, New Jersey, 5'10", 180, comes in quickly to make that play. So
usually you'd see a timeout here, but Bethel chose not to. You'll see the Blue Jays
milk it down,
lead it all the way. Yeah.
And to punt is number 8.
Timeout there could have saved 30 seconds.
They could almost milk it down and either take a penalty or call a timeout, but you'll probably see them milk it down and then just snap it.
So just about 2 minutes here. Play clock at 5. They just snapped it. McComas with the kick, low line drive. Taken, and nice tackle right there. Who was that?
47. That's Tyson Reimer making that play for the Blue Jays. Good job on special teams. The sophomore out of Hillsboro, Kansas, who brings just a great ball of energy to that Blue Jay team as a young player that just is the perfect teammate and then makes a great play on special teams, something that Coach Gardner will be more than pleased about. Guys being able to wrap up and make plays from their position whenever they're asked. So great job, Tyson Reimer, on that play.
So Threshers take over on their own 45, 150 left. Blue Jays up by 12. Esau drops back.
He's going to throw it. He pump brings it back though.
He's able to get around to the right side. He's going to get some space here. He takes it out of bounds after the first down. That gets him into Blue Jay territory.
Sorry about that. Duped our camera as well, as we thought that he was airing it out. He pulled it back and then was able to pick up a first down.
Nice athletic play by the sophomore. Stops the clock with 1:39. Threshers looking to score, and then probably an onside kick here to see if they can stay in this.
Looks to pitch it, gets it to Jolivet. Nice block on the edge there.
He wisely takes it out of bounds.
Good block there by that receiver, coming up and springing another 10, 12 yards for the running back. So all of a sudden, the Threshers making a move here, trying to get them within one score of being a threat here. So they are now on the 29-yard line. Still have 2 timeouts, down by 12, 1:31 on the clock, and moving the ball.
Esau drops back.
He backs up, he's pressured.
Oh, nice catch.
Wow. Caleb Devine on the coverage, but the receiver there has made some plays already. Tanner Galliard, sophomore, 6'2", 210, uses every bit of his body to make the play.
Got spun around a bit, but made that catch, kept his feet down, and now the Threshers are first and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, a couple plays ago, I thought we were winding this one down, but it wouldn't be a mental bowl without a little adversity. Esau looks to turn it up.
So that gets him into the
tackled by number 92
within the 5-yard, and then they are going to take a timeout here.
Ooh. Probably not exactly what Coach Harrison was hoping to have to use a timeout.
So that will leave them with 1.
But at this point, I mean, they realize they have to score.
Yeah.
So no matter what, they got to get in if they're going to even try to have an onside kick. Because with 2 timeouts, even if you do kick it deep, it's with this much time on the clock, you're not guaranteeing you're even going to have a shot then. So you're putting as much as you can on getting in the end zone, and then you'll see what you can do on special teams.
As we mentioned, the soccer teams with a couple wins today. The men exciting overtime victory.
Golden goal. Chris Aguilar with 2 goals today. He's one of their main threats on offense, but did a great job putting the first goal in and then puts a header in just with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in overtime. So avoided another draw, as the Blue Jays did have one just this past Wednesday in McPherson. So big win for them.
Blue Jays on the road next week at Ottawa. It's a 1 o'clock start, and then we'll be back here at Joel Ween Stadium on October 6th as we host Southwestern. All right.
1:16 on the clock.
2nd and goal from the 4. Esau takes it right up the middle, and that'll be a touchdown for the Threshers.
The play as a touchdown for Bethel College.
And that makes it 26-20.
So we We do have a game, Jim. It comes down to some special teams plays now, as the Blue Jays are going to have to defend this PAT, and the Bethel comes out quickly in kind of a open gate there, and they bring their kicking team back on.
No advantage here to our two-pointer for sure. So yeah, we just need to gobble up this onside kick.
Kick is up and good by Francis.
So with a minute 11 and only one timeout, for sure we'll see this onside attempt.
And 11 seconds left in the fourth
Hands
quarter.
team.
Yep, Blue Jay needs to fall on it, and then I think that will.
Strong run there by the quarterback.
26-21.
6 foot 175, just did a good job of making the right decision and getting in the end zone. So very impressed by this quarterback. They've got somebody that they can build on regardless of the outcome. He didn't quit. He definitely was one that kept them in the game, and he's a great player. So Bethel will attempt an onside kick here. Tabor will send out their hands team. Cooper will be the lone man deep about the 30-yard line.
Kicking off for Bethel, number 33, Braden Francis. The hands
6
team
to
in
the
for
left
Tabor.
and 4 to the right for the Threshers.
See if they shifted at all, or they're going to go right to it. Kick over to here to the left, and it goes right out of bounds. So the Blue Jays will take over right there.
Ball is kicked out of bounds.
Was hoping that probably
Against the kicking team.
hit it off someone there. Probably hoping for a deflection off a Blue Jay leg when he kicked it that hard, but should be all but over here if the Jays can handle a couple snaps.
Yeah, with that only one timeout.
26-21, definitely some storyline in this game where it could have been both ways, a little different. You think back to the opening 4 plays of the game. Blue
The
Jays
result of the penalty brings up a first
3 and
down
out,
for Tabor
return a
at
punt for a
Bethel's
touchdown,
47-yard
only to
line.
be called back for 12 men on the field.
McGee has played the whole second half. Oh, man.
Definitely
unnecessary.
want to end this game in a cordial manner. Do our best to represent the Mennonite way. McGee doing a great job as a quarterback to remind his guys to be in control of their actions. Did we even get a snap off there? So 44 showing a little zeal and passion as he's attempting to come in there, but to no avail, as now we are sending the teams to the sidelines. A quick pep talk from their head coaches.
The Tabor
Gardner
College
probably asking for a
volleyball
little
team will be
clarification.
playing Avila University in Kansas City, Missouri this Tuesday, September 25th, and the varsity match will begin at 7 p.m.
So we have first down, I still believe, Jim.
Yeah,
As I don't think there was a play or a snap or a penalty. I thought you could at least call encroachment.
Saturday, September 29th, the Blue
That's
Jay
interesting,
volleyball
yeah.
team
Basically-
will host Sterling College.
Yeah,
The
what do I
JV
know?
match will begin
Yeah.
at 1 p.m., followed by the
I
varsity
thought for sure
match
you'd have a
at
call there
2:30.
because you'd made contact
In the Tabor
with
gym.
an offensive player. Instead, we'll just give them all a warning. And,
So second down, they are going to call it. We did run it down, but you know
okay.
the clock didn't run though. So that's
They must have, did they use a timeout? That's odd. Very peaceful play there.
with the clock not running that one.
They should have 0 timeouts, I would imagine, if the scoreboard still shows them with 1 timeout.
They must have called one after that.
Had to have.
Yeah.
And they did go to their sideline, so we'll assume they used their last timeout. 30 seconds, we're just a kneel away here. McGee gets the offense ready.
And that should do it. So that's the ball game, folks. Tabor able to hold on here, 26-21. That moves the Blue Jay record to 2-1 on the year.
Your Blue Jays
2-1.
win
Again, they'll be
by
back.
a final score
They'll be on the
of
road next week at
26-21
Ottawa.
over Bethel
That's
College.
always a tough game, and
Your
then
Tabor
Southwestern
College
here, and then
women's and men's
the week
varsity
after, you
soccer
better
teams
start
are
preparing
playing
for
at Sterling
Kansas
College next
Wesleyan.
week on Wednesday, September
So, tough road
26th,
here the rest of the
before
way.
returning home to host Friends University here at Reimer Field.
Appreciate you
on
tuning
Saturday,
in for our
September 29th.
debut of our upgraded broadcast. Really appreciate all the work from those behind the scenes. Chris Glanzer, Judah Isaac, Reuven Isaac, David Ediger, the many hands behind the scene. Sorry about that. The many hands that put this work into making you guys enjoy the broadcast. We hope you enjoyed it. It's been our pleasure to bring you the Blue Jays defeating the Bethel Threshers by a score of 26-21.
We'll see you all in 2 weeks, 7 o'clock start for that. Southwestern will be here at Joel Ween Stadium. Good night, you all. Have a good evening.